like cleared like 40K. What were the It was like 40K in like a week or something, or two
Yeah, yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So like nothing changed, but you just knew you showed me what we just needed to do with like a couple stories and emails. It was pretty cool. I was shocked, dude. It's pretty crazy you can do that from your phone.
What's going on, guys? Today I'm here with one of my partners that I've been working with for quite some time now, Mitchell. Just wanted to, hop on. Appreciate you getting on here real quick.
Of course.
Kind of wanted to walk you through, kind of your experience working with me so far. So if you could take a minute and just kind of introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, I'd love to hear a little bit more about that.
Yeah. Awesome. Hey guys, I'm Mitchell Sarin. So I'm a 2024 Paris Olympian, graduated from Harvard last year as well. Full-time content creator now. Um, but after the Paris Olympic Games, basically jumped full-time into social media. You could say I'm also a Team USA athlete full-time, but right now, fully focused on content creation. And then through that, a lot of that is working with Cherie and us doing, one-on-one coaching.
Perfect, man. Perfect. So, obviously, we started working a couple months back. So, would love to hear a little bit more about kind of how you got into the whole content creation space. What got you kind of wanting to start making content on Instagram, YouTube, etc., and then ultimately how you kind of transitioned to utilizing your experience and your expertise to start then coaching.
Yeah. So the year before the Olympics fell down, luckily, perfect time, fell down the health and wellness rabbit hole. So I got super obsessed with health, followed a lot of content creators who were a little older than me on Instagram, and they kind of helped me, learn certain stuff, etc. But I was supposed to go into finance after the Olympics, but got a huge passion for health and wellness. And then right when I qualified, I told myself if I qualify for the games, I would start posting content. So posted my first reel, it like popped off. And then, obviously the Olympics helped at that,
Yeah,
at that time to gain a following. But from there, it wasn't a direct, like, I'm 100% doing this. But eventually I was like, all right, I'm going to commit like my full time to do this. And like, let's take a risk and let's jump into it.
yeah, no, 100%. So, I mean, how long have you been kind of in the online coaching space? Have you had like any experience back? You basically started that this year, right? Right?
Yeah. I mean, I could say I had, you know, experience with one-on-one coaching, but like it wasn't really in my head. I'm never gonna say it was a formal thing until we launched Club Eden together.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had clients before that, but it was a very casual. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing. Like, I should
Yeah,
jump
no.
into this if this is the thing.
Yeah, 100%. Especially like with content and whatnot, there's so many opportunities to start making money, especially like, when you have some sort of following. So it's easy to like kind of get psyoped into maybe I should go down the brand deal rabbit hole or, start an info product or whatever it is. So, um, ultimately for the guys that are watching right now, Mitchell and I ended up partnering up to launch what his flagship program, Club Eden. And so with that, what we did, is basically build the entire platform out for him, including the client acquisition process. So we built out the marketing assets, the sales team, the infrastructure, hired setters, closers, integrated a lot of AI now, since that's kind of where the space is going. So would love to hear a little bit more about kind of what did it look like before we ended up partnering up. Obviously, you may have done a little bit of coaching on the side, but would kind of want to hear a little bit more about
Yeah.
what you
I
had
mean,
going.
you spoke to it pretty well. There's a lot of shiny object syndrome in content creation. You're like, oh, do I do digital products? What do I do here? The brand partnerships. And it's kind of difficult to figure out where you should double down on your time. But the thing with coaching is that anyone who has, especially with health and wellness, fitness coaching, anyone who's making some form of a healthy fitness type content is aware that, there are kids their age or people older, other content creators doing one-on-one coaching, but you're not entirely sure how it works in the beginning unless you're, friends with another creator. Um, so when I first started, actually, it was someone reaching out to me asking if I had it. And I was like, yeah, sure, fuck it. Like, I'll start doing it. Um, but one, you know, I didn't really understand the fulfillment process that well in terms of what I should provide because obviously it was someone reaching out to me. I was like, yeah, sure, I can make you a meal gap, et cetera, et cetera. And then two, also scaling, like understanding that, you should be able to handle 20, 30, 40 clients if that many people are in the door. Um, but honestly, for maybe 6 months, it was very sporadic. Like maybe the most I got was 10 clients at one time, but it was always single digit clients. Like I didn't really understand how to do a funnel for them or book them in on a call or um, kind of get them from the process of, seeing one of my videos and then working with me one on one. Like that process was not streamlined.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, you had already had this like big brand built out. I mean, how many followers did you have around that time total across platforms?
When we first started working together,
Yeah,
80K?
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 80K.
We basically almost doubled since then. With
Yeah.
the content creation side of things, which is good as well. But you kind of had this following already built out. I'm sure you had a little bit of like brand partnerships and deals going back then, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So ultimately, it was like more so transitioning over to like owning your own product and own asset
Yeah.
leverage long term.
Yeah. And that's a huge thing too. Like, you don't want to be at the mercy of like brand partnerships. And it's cool owning these cash flows and also like building out, a business. Like it's cool to problem solve, figure out how to get better and feeling like you actually own something.
Yeah.
Uh, you own your personal brand and then like this business attached to it as well, which is cool.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people are kind of missing is they have built such a great following and they have some sort of domain knowledge and expertise, but they haven't really been able to create some sort of info product coaching program, something
Yeah.
to be able to sell their audience that's actually theirs where they can own like, majority stake equity in that
Yeah.
business. So yeah, it was really, really cool to build that out with you. So before you kind of partnered up with me, I mean, obviously you had a few clients going. I mean, what kind of revenue or numbers were you doing back then?
Bro, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. I would, let's do the math. I charge someone like a couple $100 for random stuff like a month. I mean, like, I wasn't even clearing like 5K a month. Like
Yeah.
never even close. Yeah, not even close to that. No,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even
So you were
remember.
kind of
It
charging like
it
like
wasn't
a
even, it was kind of pocket. It was coffee money,
yeah, yeah.
money for coffee.
Yeah, yeah. That's kinda how it goes. But you were basically selling like low ticket before, and then after we kind of partnered up, we transitioned to more like a high ticket approach.
Yeah, you got me with the proper pricing, having people who could actually get on, I'd actually do calls. Like the biggest thing that I learned is that like it's a lot harder. I make content, I make viral videos, and then I help people get healthy. But there's this huge middle part between that. That's a lot more the funnel. It's a lot more complicated to get someone from point A to point than
Yeah.
people realize. Like getting someone from being a viewer to being like nurturing them and an actual process from their phone through different apps, through automations to get them somewhere where they could be like, oh, I should work with Mitchell
Yeah.
in the system.
Yeah. No, definitely. So, I mean, you kinda had the business running on the side, wasn't really hitting the revenue that you wanted. So talk to me a little bit more about like, the process, especially like when we first partnered up. What were some things that you kinda didn't realize in the beginning, where you realized, after that's implemented, it kinda made a huge, huge difference to everything?
Yeah. I mean, one thing that opened up my when you taught me about sales and how important like the biggest like comp is like get that person on a sales call as fast as possible. And if you can get a system to get them from being a viewer with AI, with ManyChat, with Calendly, all the things you set up, Zapier, like getting them from being a viewer right on a sales call with either me or a sales team or having the setter book it in immediately or with the AI now. Um, that's the biggest thing. Because once you can talk to someone face to face and it's personable and it's high ticket coaching. So, it's kind of hard to do it when it's not a face to face interaction to say, hey, this is what we're going to provide. This is the price and this is how it's going to look. That's the biggest thing I learned is getting them in on the sales call.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think a lot of the coaches in the space they kind of lack the systems processes and
Yeah.
whatnot. So being able to have like again setters, closers on the team to be able to like book in meetings for either you or a closer, so that way you can kind of be hands off more so, focus on
Yeah.
content, actual the fulfillment of the one on one coaching. That's been super good because we've been getting some really really good results with the people that are also inside the program too.
Yeah.
Would also love to hear a little bit more about that. Like, how is it like with the fulfillment now that client acquisition is kind of taken care of?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I don't want to glaze myself, but I consider myself a smart guy in
Yeah,
terms
yeah.
of like getting stuff and I'm a hard worker. But, you know, like the like I said before, the handling the content creation, the fulfillment is already like this a huge thing I have to deal with. Um, for someone thinking about, scaling one-on-one coaching, if they don't have someone else figuring out these back end systems, like you're cooked. Like you're never going to be able to scale.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's not enough hours in the day. And it's also, not my expertise. I
Yeah.
didn't know about all these things you told me that were available from getting someone, to being a viewer to being a client of mine.
Yeah.
Um,
100%.
so yeah, you need those systems in place. And also the thing is that you know how to problem solve. This is a new market. Social media is a new market. It's forever changing. We completely changed our sale, like our setting process with AI, because you have your ear to everything in terms of this whole new type of market that's growing and always changing with technology and social media and with the algorithms and stuff. So having someone like you that understands that these things are changing, understanding how to problem solve and pivot when things change in the algorithm or there's new tech, that's huge too. Because I can't keep up with that. So
Yeah, yeah. No, I think it's very, very important to have like partnerships like that where it's like, for example, like, I go to the gym, but fitness coaching is not my expertise, right? I'd much rather be involved in like the back end systems and helping you scale your offer so that
yeah,
way again you're more focused. Because ultimately what's going to happen with that is you're just going to be able to give better results to people that end up joining the program. It's just like a recurring cycle where, good people come in through the client acquisition machine and then good people also get out by, getting results that they're looking for.
yeah,
So I think that was also really, really cool to see, just seeing the fulfillment. Especially like after we bring someone in, like with all the clients that we brought in over the last few months. So, super
yeah,
exciting stuff. But so, would love to hear a little bit more about like what happened kind of after all those systems were implemented. Talk a little bit more about like the numbers, the revenue that you were able to
yeah.
hit, et cetera.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty shocked at the beginning, um, how it works. Like once we did, I didn't change anything. What's interesting is that, I didn't change anything about my videos or my following. You just sat me down and said, all right, the next, 2 weeks, we're gonna hype up this launch. And because we did that, like cleared like 40K. What was the it was like 40K in like a week or something, or two
Yeah, yeah,
weeks.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Like, so like nothing changed, but you just knew you showed me what we just needed to do with like a couple stories and emails,
yeah,
with the
yeah,
same audience, letting them know what was going on and then having the systems to get them in on the call
yeah.
with a
No,
cell,
100%.
with a website, with testimonials from past clients, even though I didn't even have that many. Um, so yeah, from the start, it was pretty crazy. I was shocked, dude. It's pretty crazy you can do that from your phone and your
Yeah,
laptop
no,
nowadays. If
100%.
you have like, and it was just you and me, like there's
Yeah.
like 2 people getting it done.
Yeah. Yeah, we kept the team pretty lean. I feel like we had some people help us out with the setting and whatnot, but
Oh
now
yeah,
that AI is coming into the question, it's crazy because like, technology can just do like half the work for us and we can just focus again more on like the needle moving tasks. But yeah, I mean, with your, particular like account, it was very, very simple for not only me, but the rest of the team because it's just like you already have this audience built, you have domain knowledge and expertise, you've been in the like online health and wellness space for a while now. So it was just about really providing your audience the exact solutions that they're looking for to target and, basically beat out the pain points that they were dealing with. And, with Club Eden and the program that you ended up launching, it ended up doing that perfectly. So,
yeah,
uh, yeah, that was really, really cool to see. But last question I kind of have for you is, obviously I'm trying to grow my business as well. So if
yeah,
you had to, kind of recommend, me to anyone else, what would you say?
yeah. I have recommended you to other people, um, but in terms of, I mean, the biggest thing that I guess I remember when we first met is that, again, this is it's an online social media space. So
Yeah.
you hop on a call with, lucky we got to meet in person. So we
Yeah. Yeah.
actually
Good to get to
hung
meet.
out. You came to visit, but, you're hopping on a call with someone you don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Um, so that it makes you want to leave your guard up, especially with, you know, this is my personal brand. I'm letting someone in and telling me how to run certain things. Like, can I trust them? Are they gonna do a proper job? Are they gonna be delicate with it? And for you, yeah, I mean, I would 100% say that. Like, you're part of the team. Feel 100% comfortable with you, like giving you the reins on certain things. Um, and you know how to get shit done. I feel like a lot of people, I feel like there's a lot of, two types of people in this world. Like, in terms of like in a group project, like at school, like there's the kids who fuck off, and there's the kid who can like actually,
Yeah.
you know, get shit done. Like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
always dialed, you're always on your phone, you're always there to respond. You're always there to problem solve. It's not like relaxed. Um, those are the biggest things I've seen in terms of working with you.
Appreciate that, man. No, 100%. It's been an absolute pleasure. Obviously, like with this online space, there's a bunch of people trying to do similar stuff. Were you
Mhm.
skeptical at first when you kind of like joined in, and then how did that skepticism kind of like go away if it did at all?
Yeah, I was 100% skeptical because it's like, yeah, I gotta pay you money, and it's like, yeah, like well, one, I don't know, like we had to meet on
Yeah,
Zoom or
yeah,
Google,
yeah, exactly.
whatever we did. I don't know you. I gotta pay you money, and then I kind of just have to be. I mean, you showed me some case studies, and you did have testimonials, and I did speak to one of your past clients as well, and he was raving about you as well, so that helped. But
Yeah,
you know, each technically, my accounts, me and my account is not the same as your past client, which is not the
yeah,
same as like another client you may work with. So another thing in my head is like, can you solve my problem that I can't monetize my audience? Like, I'm a completely different person. Like, how are you going to do that for me? Like, you can't
yeah,
promise that. And you did
yeah,
kind of promise that. You're like, yo, I got you. Like, I'm going to watch him do it. Um, and you did. So yeah,
yeah,
that was one of the things in my head. I was like, just because he did in the past with this guy, why can't you do it with me? But
yeah,
you're able to pivot. You understand that each account's different. You understand marketing very well,
yeah, yeah.
which is kind of how you do it so well.
Yeah, well, yeah, man. Well, I appreciate that so much. I kind of think that wraps up everything I got here. Um, any last like words or anything about yourself? Where can people find you, by the way?
At Mitchell Cern
Perfect, man.
and Mitchell
Well,
Mark, 2 accounts now, two
two and a
funnels.
half. Yeah, two funnels, guys. Two
Yeah,
funnels. Well,
yeah,
appreciate you hopping on, man. And we'll definitely talk soon, bro. Take care.
yeah. Peace, bro.